Let's make fun of Brian Stelter. Or CNN, or both. Let's do both. This guy, my goodness, he got ripped apart by Joe Rogan. You know, before we get to the Joe Rogan part, I want you to watch this because this is absolutely hilarious. Hold on, let me turn it up for you guys to hear this. Actually, I can't hear it myself.
Junkie. He made the statement just a few minutes ago that he is.
I'm gonna start it over.
To on national television admit he and his network are a bunch of liars about Donald Trump.
This is Kevin in Princeton, Indiana. Good morning.
Yeah, Mr. Stelter is the biggest minister of misinformation I have ever heard, and I'm a news junkie. He made the statement just a few minutes ago that he is all the stories are always evolving. Yeah, his stories absolutely evolve.
Brian Stelter.
Thank you for the feedback. I appreciate it.
Savannah, Georgia. Rick, good morning. You're next.
Yes, I was just wondering if you still feel like Michael Avenatti is the greatest thing in the world and should run for president of the United States.
That's
and
funny.
my suggestion is whatever CNN says, do the opposite and you'll be fine.
Aurora, Indiana. This is Robert. Good morning. You're on with.
Whatever CNN does, do the opposite and you'll be fine.
Brian Stelter.
You know, CNN is just something.
Who smiles like that? Who smiles like that?
It's a joke. It's a joke. This guy tells more lies, and Fox gives more news than CNN does in their
What lie? What lie did I tell?
2 years. It's not.
What lie? What lie did I tell? What do you mean? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? This guy just got absolutely wrecked by callers calling in live, basically telling him you suck. His ratings have dropped 70%. I mean, CNN, they're not in airports anymore, so they're not like ratings, whatever you want to call CNN's ratings, because they're in every single TV on the planet in airports. Okay, maybe not everywhere, but at least in the States, every time I flew around in Europe too, I saw CNN being played. It's ridiculous. But then we got Joe Rogan ripping this guy apart. Joe Rogan savages CNN Brian Stelter and his effing terrible show. My goodness. Podcast king Joe Rogan has savaged CNN's Brian Stelter for being under the thumb of the White House and losing viewers with an effing terrible show. In the latest episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, the podcaster trashed Stelter for having complained about YouTube personalities like him getting more viewers than CNN, as if it was some horrible thing, or as if he was entitled to these viewers. Like, oh no, someone else is getting more views than me on YouTube? Well, I should be getting these viewers. No, because you suck. Anyway, this is continuing from what Rogan said. He said they were describing it as though they were entitled to viewers. Exactly. Rogan, 53, noted a panel of discussion on Stelter's reliable sources in January. The dude's show is called Reliable Sources. Oh, that's like a free candy on the side of a like creepy dude's van. Like, you don't trust it. Like, it's I don't think I'm gonna trust that. That's gross. It's a freaking creepy van. Why would I want free candy out of that? Nah, I'm good. You know? It's like a certain doctor saying, I think you can trust me. Why would you need to say that? Why would you need to convince me of that? What? I mean, if you're a doctor, then you shouldn't have to say that. Now I don't trust you at all. Right? Reliable sources. Oh my gosh. Just believe what I'm saying. Believe my narrative. That's the vibe I'm getting from that name. This continues on from, sorry, I'm being sidetracked on making fun of him myself. This continues the quote. This is because the market has spoken and your show's effing terrible, the UFC commentator said, not holding back any punches. Brian Stelter's show keeps slipping and slipping and slipping in the ratings, said Rogan, whose show has had hundreds of millions of views on YouTube and regularly leads the podcast charts. Yeah, because he's interesting and authentic. And you see him having actual conversations with people. Like, that's what people want. They want real authenticity. When they go on watch something, they don't want to be BS'd. They don't want to be convinced of a lie, right? They want they want someone real. They want to feel that they're being given honest information, right? I mean, the name of his show is Reliable Sources. What is it? Reliable Sources. What? CNN, Reliable Sources. You can trust us. Woo! We're totally unbiased. Yeah. I believe that. Sarcasm. Just in case you weren't clued into the fact those, you know. Okay. Oh, and he continues, by the way. He doesn't just stick with Stelter, which here's Brian sitting seemingly patiently. I don't know what he's waiting for here, but same with Don Lemons. It's the same thing. Everybody knows they're not real. They're not real humans. Exactly. They're not authentic. People want authenticity. They want to go, I can relate to this person. I don't want to be lectured by somebody. I want to feel like I can connect. These people aren't connectable. They even act like they're above and beyond everyone else. That's something an attitude I can't stand in people. You know, like, just be normal. We're all human beings. We all bleed. We all have feelings. We all hurt sometimes, you know? Rogan particularly singled out Stelter for failing to ask any pressing questions in a recent interview with White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki. How about Brian Stelter talk about the press secretary saying, what are we doing wrong? What are we doing wrong? Like, hey, mother ever. Obviously, the dude swears a lot. You're supposed to be a journalist, Rogan said. These people aren't journalists. Really? Come on, Joe. You know these people aren't journalists. They read from the teleprompter. They don't write what that stuff says. They regurgitate someone else's BS for the masses that believe it. The sheep. I tweeted out just the other day. I said, the more I learn, the more I look at the news and know what the truth of what's going on in the world is and see how the news spins it. I'm talking about you, Brian Stelter, right now. Don Lemon, you're as well. You're included. All of you guys on CNN. All right? People are sheep because people believe it. The arguing points that they give me whenever I see them arguing online are the points that they're getting from mainstream media. They're not getting their arguments from actual truth, some actual statistics, actual things that are going on in the world. They're going, well, I know this statistic, this fact from Brian Stelter. Maybe not specifically Brian Stelter, but from the narrative that they're all pushing. And I say they all because, it's, and some people actually got upset with me for calling them mainstream media. They're like, you're actually like giving them credence. Like, you're basically saying they're the mainstream media. They are, though. That's what people soak in, right? Not me. I don't soak that stuff in because that's not where I'm getting my sources from. I'm getting it from the actual bills that Senate is putting out there. I'm watching the actual press conferences of all the different people from all the different sides, And Psaki is, my goodness, I'm gonna get me started on her, or the White House. Let's keep it on the pundits, right? My goodness. Let's see here. They're obviously being told a certain amount of what to do, he claimed, of the fawning cable TV news host. Rogan suggested that the target for his ire might be an interesting guy if he had his own effing podcast and could be himself. Right, exactly. I don't think Brian Stelter even believes half the stuff he says. And if he does, then, whatever. It's the same kind of stuff. While he did not mention it in his tirade, Rogan may have been counterpunching Stelter for attacking him on his CNN show when he suggested that the podcaster's attacks on woke culture were just to grow his audience. Or maybe it's because there's a large some people out there that are sick of the woke culture, that can't stand it anymore, that see it for what it really is, that it's some crazy ideology being pushed through the narrative of the main media that the masses just soak up and blindly believe because they don't have the time to actually do the research. They don't feel like doing the research and they're too busy in life, or they're dealing with things. And it might not even be their fault. You know, I think a lot of the issue stems with mainstream media. Even Putin, President Putin of Russia, is calling us out for our news media, saying, wow, like, I can't believe, like, the people of America don't see what the media is, like, doing to them. And it's like, that's so embarrassing as an American, going like, no. Those people don't speak for me. No, those people don't speak for me, or a lot of the people that watch my show, or because I know there's a good group of people out there that are like, what is going on with the world? How are we here? How is this what they're pushing? How is this what they're complaining about in life? We got electricity. We got food at the store. We can go just buy food at the store. It's amazing, right? We have the internet. We can be connected to literally everything and anything on the planet. Gosh, these people are entitled and just want to complain. Oh. So I don't blame Rogan. Rogan's blowing off steam. He's pissed about it, man. And he's pissed at these mainstream media puppet heads, talking heads that are just, they don't even know what they're saying, I bet. But they're saying it with emotion and conviction. So people are like, it must be true. So then I found this interesting fact. This is from the Redheaded Libertarian. Shout out to her, because she is smart and posts some incredible facts about what's going on. She's a great follow. Official TRHL, the Redheaded Libertarian. Definitely check her out. But she goes, Brian Stelter is a millennial. It turns out he's 35. He's 2 years younger than me. What? I was so caught off guard. I was like, wait a minute, really? He was born in 86. We think about age, right? We think about like, oh, a millennial is from 85 to 2000. Or no, it's 80. And it's like, no. It's more of a mind state. But it's somewhere between 83 and 87. You know, people that have a lot of Gen Xers around them growing up aren't millennials. But if you were like a spoiled brat and you were like a rich kid and you were kind of like raised in this new environment, you were a millennial. I think, I'm making a bold claim there. Brian Stelter, millennial. All right. And I was like, dang, it all makes sense. And then someone goes, this is a dig at Tim. Tim, I love you, buddy. But I had to show people this. He said it could be Timcast if he grew a beard and put on a beanie. And some salty bear did it. He went and did it. It's Tim Stelter. I thought it was so funny. I had to just put that out there. You know what I mean? It was too good, man. Someone edited that down there, and I had to show it. It's so funny.